You're going to like this man. He's a man from Oxford with a memorable name for a start who does memorable things. In fact, he became an unlikely media sensation last week. Unlikely. And his name's Likely. Preston Likely. He's made the headlines a number of times, actually. He was in the news as the man who wanted to sell his identity to pay for his dad's hip operation. That was Preston Likely from Oxfordshire. This time, he's in the news because he's posted a whole series of spoof small ads in newsagents' windows across the UK. He's made it into a book. It's called Amuse Agents, When Small Ads Go Bad. Let's meet him, shall we? He is the world famous now. Preston Likely. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, and it's obviously a very small world, isn't it?
Well, it is a small world. It's nice to meet you too.
Likewise.
Where shall we start? These small ads. How did it begin?
Well, since I was a child when I went on holiday to Batley in the 70s, I stumbled across a load of window adverts, shop window adverts, and I found them fascinating. I thought it was a kind of a curious window into adults' lives with all these secret messages, and that kind of stayed with me. And then 2 years ago I read a story about a woman who'd had her identity cloned on Facebook, and I was thinking about this story, identity clone, so I decided to reverse that process and willingly decided to sell my own identity to pay for my father's hip operation. And that was such a media sensation that I thought, I better create some more fictitious adverts and put them in shop windows. And that's what I did, effectively.
Yes. So look what we've got now. You're offering your services in one small ad as a divorce photographer. There's things like a dog seeking its missing owner. Answers to the name of Tony, by the way. And the course to learn the art of pickpocketing. They're all here in the book. Has anybody taken these serious?
Oh, I've had quite a few emails from people regarding the adverts, and honestly, you wouldn't believe the email transactions that follow. I like that, because once people email me, I can engage, I can lead them down this very silly path, which ends with a very peculiar denouement. And yes, they find them funny. Once I've revealed to them that it's not real, it's going to be part of a book, they're willing to allow me to use their emails in my book.
But did the adverts actually appear in real newsagent windows?
All of the adverts were placed in shop windows across England over a period of about a year and a half. So yeah, I went out there, I physically had to put them in there with the owner's permission. And that was troublesome, really, because most of the newsagents are owned by Indians whose first language isn't English. I had great difficulty in explaining what I was trying to achieve.
What are your favourite ads? Whiz through your favourite ones for us, just to give us some idea of the things that have gone up in newsagents' windows, some of which have been replied to, actually, and now form the basis of your book.
I like the Radiohead, the genuine, fake Radiohead autographs. I like that because all the autographs, if you have a look, they're exactly the same. They're written exactly the same. That's one of my favourites. And I also like there's a soul donor one based on a blood donor card.
Yeah.
In fact, all of them are my favourites. I'd be lying if I picked certain ones.
Let me just read the soul donors one. Soul donors wanted. For those of you who don't care what happens to your soul after you're dead, why not apply for a soul donor card? Any takers?
4.
4?
Joking.
No,
3.
Of course you are. I like the anti-clown protest as well sticker.
Yeah.
That's taking place in Oxford by the looks of things.
Clowns scare me.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
I wonder what it is about clowns. They do. And what's the one? The animal seance. I like that.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to a séance, generally, and I thought it'd be amusing if it was an animal séance, because there are plenty of people who've lost their pets, sadly.
Yes.
But wouldn't it be a great thing to do if you get in touch with your pet goldfish? That'd be incredible if it could speak to you.
Yes. Well, you see, some of these adverts are bordering on great ideas.
What do you mean bordering? They are great ideas.
Are they?
All of them. So I've been told.
Wonderful stuff it is. And as I say, these adverts appeared in newsagents' windows, but now they're a book. What's the reaction to the book been? Is that where the newspapers picked it up?
The newspapers, the Daily Mail ran a full page advert about my book, which really has had a great effect on sales. And I've received so many emails from people from around the world saying how wonderful they thought it was. And I've been overwhelmed by it, actually. But it's been great response, yeah, generally. Most people think it's a fantastic book.
Look at this, Scarecrow Wanted. That actually happened. We actually interviewed a bloke who was a human scarecrow. He was standing in fields using some sort of musical instrument to scare crows away. There's the pickpocketing course. Some of these have actually... You've foretold the future.
Have I really?
You have, yeah.
Mother Shipton.
Oh, I love this one. Are you being watched? This is an advert. In a 2010 study by the British Psychiatric Council, it found that over 2/3 of the British population felt they were being watched. If you feel you're being watched, contact the Watcher's Guide and we'll monitor you for 24 hours a day to determine whether or not you're being watched.
Well, that's kind of parodying what a lot of people feel. You know, there's a lot of paranoia with cameras and in the streets. So really, that's a sort of an echo of what some people feel anyway. General paranoia.
And I notice your identity's gone back on eBay, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I've decided to sell my replica identity documents, birth certificate, driving licence, passport, donor card. They're all on eBay as a work of art. So if you type in identity for sale documents, you will happen upon my documents for sale, and you can bid for them. So please do, and one day they'll be worth a fortune when my book takes off around the world.
Yes, and when you're more famous than you actually are now, which will take some doing. Have you had any bids for your identity?
Oh yeah, loads. From Italy, mainly.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why the Italians like English identities.
Why does someone want to take the identity of Oxfordshire man Preston Likely?
Because they like the name. And I think some people get bored of being themselves, and if you can change your name, I think it can change how you feel about yourself. And I think maybe that's why they're doing it. It's a kind of a philosophical thing, I think.
And when Preston Likely, i.e. you, sells your identity, who do you then become?
I become Preston Likely Mark II.
I see.
Yeah, so there were loads of Preston Likely's. Imagine that.
Well, a clone sort of thing.
A clone, yeah. I mean, But one Preston Likely is kind of self-evident, but two would be self-indulgent. But wouldn't that be fun?
It would.
Meeting myself.
You've got no hip operations to pay for selling your identity. You just sell it now. You just.
I'm a mercenary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm cashing in right now. So
Christmas is coming, and Boyden's getting thin. You've got to put a penny in the old man's teeth.
Exactly. I'm going to be on top of the tree. I'm going to be that angel, Preston Likely angel.
What's next? What else is going on in your mind? Your weird and twisted mind, Preston. What have you got next to unleash onto the general public of the world?
I've got some strange projects. I've got books I've contrived, and there's a project involving a helicopter, a goldfish, and a celebrity.
Hold on.
And I'm not going to mention that celebrity.
A helicopter?
Because it might make them too big-headed.
A goldfish?
Yeah.
And a celebrity?
Yeah, I'm not telling you who. You can guess. I'll let you guess at that one.
Okay.
You don't want to give too much away.
I don't know what you'll do with a celebrity, a goldfish, and a helicopter.
I do. Oh, yeah.
Do you make a lot of money from your books? As I say, the reaction to this has been? Have you sold many? Will you sell it many?
Marvellous.
Is it out in the shops now?
It went to number 1, apparently, in the Movers and Shakers on Amazon because of the Daily Mail advert. And number 1 in Amazon on the Movers and Shakers means it outsold every other book that day.
Wow.
So I was extremely flattered and pleased. So hopefully it will carry on that way, going upwards.
Yeah, and you'll be a millionaire before you know what.
Oh, no, I'll never know. Unless I had multiple books.
Well, I don't
That's
know.
when I start making money, and when it's made into an electronic file so people can download it onto their computers. But because it's so many pictures in it, it'd be quite memory intensive to make an electronic file.
All of these ads have come out of your own head, have they? You have an amazing brain.
Well, some of them echo cultural themes. Some of the adverts.
X Factory I'm looking at now.
X
Factory. If you're an X Factory worker who has hidden talent, we'd love you to show off. Why not audition for X Factory, the new talent show? And
be careful, somebody might start spreading some malicious facts about me.
And all the contacts go to your website address, so everybody that does apply actually gets back to you.
Oh yeah,
beauty of it.
And I answer every single email. I'm like that.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do. Let's answer emails.
Really? I think it's a great idea. It's in the shape of the old Thomas the Tank Engine books, which we used to have at school, which makes it even better.
That's interesting.
It's called Amuse Agents. It's from Preston Likely, the Oxfordshire. Can I call you a prankster?
Well, the Daily Mail called me a serial prankster, which is quite amusing in itself. And yeah, you can call me what you want.
Is pranksterism a profession?
It is now.
Have you ever had a real job?
I work in antiques because I can spot fakes. Yeah, I'm good at spotting fakes. And I also work on various farms around Oxford. I do all sorts of things.
Do you?
But I'm sort of rubbish at...
But your main job is pranksterism.
Do you know what? It's going to become that way. It's going to become a full-time professional. Yes. And there won't be many full-time pranksters in this country, I suspect.
Yeah, well,
I might be the first one.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd love that.
And then you could create a school, a course for pranksters.
Yep.
On eBay, I'm delighted to say we've just had a look. Your identity has now had 4 bids. It's up to 26.
Oh, let's add another note on the end.
I mean, that's not much, is it, for an identity? Come on, 26 quid.
Yay, let's get bidding. It's Christmas.
Yes,
treat yourself to a new identity.
I don't know how long the bidding process has got left, but we need more than 26
it's about
quid.
4 days. I think it's 4 days.
Should we give out your email address? For
yeah,
those that
go
want to know
on.
more
Why
about
not? I'm up for that.
You do it then.
It is. My email address is prestonlikely10. That's 10 at yahoo.co.uk.
Okay.
So feel free to ask me any silly questions, and I'll give you a serious response.
And Preston Likely is your real name?
Well, I'm not going to give away too much, am I? That'd be boring.
Let's leave it hanging.
Let's keep guessing.
Well done on the book. Well
Brilliant.
done on the ads.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us this morning, and long may you reign as the UK's, possibly the world's, #1 prankster.
Thank you very
He's
much.
He's a prankster and he hates clowns. Don't ask me.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is Radio for Oxfordshire. As the festive season approaches, we're